checking out VIP Saturdays.
VIP Saturdays.
VIP Saturdays.
VIP Saturdays.
VIP Saturdays.
You watching VIP Saturdays, you hear me?
VIP Saturdays, Shade 45.
You know what it is, Superstar J, VIP Saturdays.
It's the homie Gray Rizzy, and of course the big bro is still here. Wyclef
Jean,
man.
man.
And we got, I want to say we got royalty in here, man. Oh man, come on, man. Yo, Jay.
Yeah.
Jay, do you know who is right here in this room with us?
Someone please call 911.
Let's go ahead and just introduce this guy real quick, man.
The world famous, president nominee, all that. You know
all
what I'm saying?
All of that, internationally known.
A person that probably sold over 50 million records. You know what I mean? Probably more than that.
100.
100 million.
Yeah.
He's a true businessman. Wyclef Jean is in the building.
Yes.
Family.
What's
VIP
up, man?
Saturdays, man. Well, thank you for coming out. We appreciate you.
Man, listen, thank you for having me at the VIP. And it feels good, man. I got the bug. It feels good to be working again. You know, in a field that you love, right? Because when you like get into politics, like that's a whole nother kind of energy, right?
Yeah.
So to come back over on this side, it just feels good.
I bet. A lot of people think politics is a squeaky clean game. Like you can't get shot at. And in politics, it's probably one of the I want to say most competitive games you could ever play in.
Yes.
Yeah, definitely. You know,
everybody got an opinion.
Man, listen, I'm from a third world island. Y'all just look online. I built the paramilitary for real.
Mm-hmm.
You know, I united the gangs together when the UN was shook. I went to D.C., went back to Haiti and organized things,
Mm-hmm.
I'm a strong believer of like Malcolm X, not in words though, like, in action, But at the end of the day, man, ain't nothing more I love than hold my guitar, being on the stage, right?
That stage.
And then my DJ go, you know what I mean? Mm-hmm. And then you take off, because I think that's our natural element to what we could bring to our audience. That's the best time they feel us is when we sing,
Right.
Yeah.
Well, Clef, let's step back for a second, man, because you have been in this game for, I want to say, over 20 years now. Right?
Yo, I came in this game. I was 17 years old. Matter of fact, I'm gonna blow this place up.
Let's go.
My first video ever, and y'all can look online. I'm 17 years old, and I'm playing the bass for Eric B and Rakim.
Wow.
Don't Sweat the Technique. So that's me with the derby hat on, and I got the upright bass, and I'm going, boom, 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 boom. Yeah. So, yo, that's my first. Yo, so. I'm going to take you even back, and this person could call the show right now. Yo, my first demo ever done was, my first group was called Exact Change. This person called the phone right now. I was 15 years old. It was Curtis Blow.
Get out of here, man.
Crazy.
Yo, and that was like, for those that don't understand, that was the Dr. Dre of that era. Like, he had that thing sold up.
Explain who's Curtis Blow, because we probably, a couple of our listeners probably don't know who Curtis Blow is.
Yeah, that's what I said. He's like the godfather of, like, so you could see like Dr. Dre, right? So we see Dr. Dre. There was an area you see Wyclef, Will.I.Am, and we just talking about from the producer's aspect, right?
Right.
So Curtis Blow was just one of those, like, you could put, he had all the styles together. Like when you see I do the Carnival and I'm playing all those live instruments, Curtis Blow was doing that on his records before I was even around.
I didn't know that.
Yeah, so that's like hip hop. These are the breaks.
Right.
Like he had all of that stuff,
which is like
all that we love.
So he was producing these records.
Oh yeah,
which is a derivative of Bambaataa,
Bambaataa,
and
all of
that
that
was going on. And you could go back to Uncle Funk, George Clinton, and stuff like that.
Okay. I didn't know you knew the hip hop history.
I mean, I did grow up in the Bronx. It's the least I could do. You know what I'm saying?
The funk history.
Yeah.
but before we talk about music, I want to get on a serious note. Because sometimes we get out of whack. What's going on in Haiti right now?
Well, when I tell you what's going on, you're going to hear it directly from the general's mouth. You know, we had an election. A president was put in place. His name was Michel Martelly. After they took me out the race, I made all my supporters support him. And no matter what they want to say, however they want to say it, part of me participating made him president. He did his 4 years, right? So after your 4 years, you can decide that you want this person to be the next president, right? I can decide I want somebody else to be the next president, right? So I think that caused a little tit for tat because the candidate that I chose was not the candidate that he chose. And the election did not happen. It was through fraud. It went through. So right now we're going through an interim government, meaning like
there's somebody placed there just for the time being.
Yes, you have a temporary government.
See, this is what I wanted to know before we talk about the music.
Yeah. And now we got to go back to, now we got a temporary government. I went to my country to vote. So that means what happened was the election got tampered with, right? So once it get tampered with, enough people was like, nah, it ain't going to go down like that, current president at the time, nah, this was a cheat, it didn't work out. So the powers that be forced the hand of saying now there have to be another election, right? So in this process we're going through an interim government, right? So fam, y'all gotta understand, no matter what they say about me, y'all gotta understand, Marcus Garvey, Martin Luther King, Malcolm X, like, look at the era. Whenever you decide that you ain't just gonna sing, dance, and do the beatbox and do a little robot and shake your boogie woogie woogie, and you say, yo, man, I'm gonna bring some of this knowledge to my people. I'm gonna bring, automatically the scope of things change. You know what I mean? And at the end of the day, we always gotta remember, man, listen, I got cousins that's in gangs. And I'm talking about gangs. Yeah. We all have those. So when I sit with them or I sit with the community, I can't talk about, oh man, I was once here, I'm no longer here no more. Yeah. It's not about that. It's about, look, you come here, Clef, what are you going to do for us? Are you going to give us a school? Or you going to give us a hospital? Where it's at? And for me, that's what I was ready to do for my country, bro. Yeah. You know what I mean? So I think that I would love for y'all to follow more. I love the first question because I love for y'all to follow more too, because it's almost like, being that we don't hear about the earthquake, Wyclef Jean's not running for president of Haiti no more. It's almost
sight,
like
out of mind.
Out of sight, out of mind. So I always encourage people, go up on the site, like really see what's going on in that country, and that country definitely needs help.
Which site is that? So we can make sure people right now, they can go even check that out.
We want, we basically, there's sites that are like Haiti.com, just, there's different organizations on the ground that are doing great work. I feel like UNICEF is doing like great work. There's different real organizations, and I always tell people, if you really want to help a third world country, a third world island, because I'm from that island and I was in that small village, and at times I ain't had nothing to eat. Like, the best thing you could do is just get on that plane, bro. And it's only 3 hours to get there. Take your time. And all this stuff about, it's gonna be dangerous, you're gonna get shot, all of that. When you go to Kingston, Jamaica, there's Montego Bay, there's Ocho Rios. You know not to go into Tivoli Garden unless you know somebody. Right. Yeah. So at the end of the day, get on that plane and touch those people.
And Haiti's beautiful to visit. And people don't know that.
White beaches, family, anything you could think about, man.
Great food.
C'est la vie, man. You know what I mean?
But let's get into a record. Yeah. This is 20 years, right? For the score.
Yeah, 20-year anniversary.
Yes, man.
Yeah, man.
I can remember me in a basement party, and I heard ooh la la la, and I was like, "Can we let's get on one of your records off the classic album?"
We could do that one. Okay, that's an interesting one. So I'm gonna tell y'all stuff y'all won't know. So the beat for Fugees that you about to knock right here, yes. Salam Remy did this beat, and the beat was originally for Fat Joe, and we got it from Fat Joe.
Wow. Shout out to Fat Joe because Fat Joe had some history. And also, before I want to get some history, I didn't know that Akon was on the remix on one of these records.
Yeah, on the remix to Fugees. So in my hood, I was the Dr. Dre in my hood, right? So I'm in the basement, and Akon would be coming in, and Akon would play me music, right? So I was like, there's no way that this album gonna come out without my little brother jumping on it. That's how much I could predict whoever gonna be the next, wow.
But that damn check, man, I know you like, I could have put some paper on that. Yeah, signed my little man.
Yeah, but what was funny was, this is what I learned though. I learned that after the Fugees, right? Because I made more money when I didn't make money really from Fugees albums. You know that.
Crazy.
We made people a lot of money, right? Because you wrote you basically sing like when you sing "Killing Me Softly."
Yes.
But I'm saying we broke big I ain't gonna tell you we ain't break big, right? But I'm saying, think about what I'm telling you. When I'm saying if we had wrote the entire score, no samples, and it was, I'm trying to explain to you.
Yeah.
So that means that we got rich, but we made somebody filthy rich in that process, right? So it wasn't till like after that, and I realized, and I was like, yo, I gotta just write my own songs, because that's once somebody covers your song, then you in the game. You know what I mean?
That's crazy.
So for me, more so than signing groups or signing different people, my vision has been build a publishing catalog. So no matter whatever happens to you, you know, Maria Santana, that's your song. Hips Don't Lie, Shakira, that's your song. Sweetest Girl, that's your song. 911. And anybody that decide they want that license for it, baby, you get that check for the sink. You feel what I'm saying?
I'm glad he says all that, man. Now, I'm glad you brought up all that stuff when it comes to publishing, because we were talking about ATL earlier. ATL is a system that is built on publishing. You brought up a lot of acts that you worked with after the Fugees record, and, you know, after the group pretty much disbanded. What do you think about artists that are coming up now? Because what you were talking about is having a strong catalog, a catalog that could go ahead and, with, you know, last the time period, but also get reduplicated, and that comes back to you
for generations, for your family.
What do you think about, I guess, the artists that are coming out now? And I feel like it's being nuked. I feel like it's being microwaved. I don't know if there's some lasting power there for everybody that's out there.
Okay, so what I could do is I could just give it to the kids raw, because I you know what I mean? It's like a coach. If you want to go to the championship, we have to give it raw. So I think that the kids are doing an excellent job on how fast they are making these records and how fast they are putting them out, right? But what happens is the lack of production makes everything sounds the same, right? So once you heard like one hit, you heard 40 hits, right?
Right.
So then it makes it hard for the record to be iconic, right? But then you always have those within generations that step out. Kendrick Lamar, right? J. Cole, like you're gonna have those that step out within the Drake, within these generations. So I definitely think for artists, it's really important that they understand that this is really the NBA for real. It's really like you trying to win a championship for real. So if you're trying to do that, it's not about winning the playoffs. It's about constantly, every couple of years, being able to get a big ring. So by the time you decide that you're going to cut out, you know that you're really sitting on a heavy piece of real estate.
On that light, I want to talk about like the international hip hop. Now, you've been around the country. I know your passport is like up to the ceiling.
Probably got like 5-6 books now.
Now
More than that.
Now, you were saying, like, you know, the exceptions of J. Cole and Kendrick Lamar, but I personally, for me, as being a DJ and growing up in hip hop, I never thought that internationally that we would have an internationally artist take over as one of the top rappers. Did you, like, going around the countries and
you
seeing
talking
artists?
about Drake?
Yes, Drake.
Okay, I just want to make sure they know.
I mean, it's only one. I mean, it's a couple, but just him right now.
Probably
Wiz
WizKid out there like, yeah, you talking about me, WizKid KO.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, I think you know, when we were coming out, the Fugees,
yes,
you know, we was headlining places like Bercy. JayZ and Nas was the undercards at the time when we was doing it, right?
Yeah.
Then there was an explosion within Europe, you know what I mean? And then JayZ and them came back and they did that explosion, right? All the way to the point of when they played Bercy in Paris, right? A place that held, I think, like 60,000 people. They had to do Niggas in Paris. Literally, the guy from the Guinness Book of World Record came in and was like, yo, this is the longest that you can play the same song in a concert, right? So then,
crazy.
So now you have Drake, who continues this tradition, right? So what happens is, because now we have access to the internet and everything is so close, the information, we all get it at the same time, right? Because if you knew that we was gonna be in a place in France in 60,000 when we was coming out, and then you had the internet, you know what I'm saying? What shocks us though is when we go to every country in the world, they all have MCs that are MCing in their language. So that tripped me out.
Yeah.
Like anywhere you go, there's a squad. Anywhere you go, there's a kid who thinks he's a Wyclef, a kid who thinks he's a Jay, a kid that thinks he's Drake. And to his 50, 60, 100 million people, that's their superstar. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So, so something that started out in New York, man, was able to give like hope to like kids in places that you wouldn't even imagine, bro. Rural places, living on less than $1 a day. And these kids are wearing shiny clothes and they become superstars in their neighborhood because of hip hop. That was kind of shocking to see.
Yeah, because I look at the artists now overseas that they study more hip hop. Like our artists, the new artists, the young kids I talk about, I'm like, have you heard of Fugees? Yeah, I heard. You know, they'll name the commercial songs, but they don't go back and listen to the whole album. But I can go to Canada or I can go like somewhere else, and they know top to bottom of Wu-Tang, you know, Fugees album, a Wyclef album.
Yeah.
It's like they study more They study more with the hip hop.
Yeah, but you know what? That's just Europe, period. Like that's always been the case with Europe. Like, you know, Jimi Hendrix was in Harlem, you know what I'm saying? And he ain't feel like they got him. He had to go to Europe, you know what I mean? He went to England. So, you know, Bob Marley went to Sweden, you feel me?
Yeah.
So Wyclef went to Sweden. I just came back, right? So no, to your point, definitely. But I just feel we in an era now where everybody's mind though is completely open to it. But Europe has a fascination, like, you know, everyone when it comes to pop culture within anything that America's doing, whether if it's clothes, whether if it's music, and hip hop is the #1 music in the world, no matter what anyone tells you. Period. Fact.
Period. Now the Carnival 3.
Yeah, man, the Carnival 3, you know, is the Carnival 3. Make me feel like Fela Kuti, you know?
Yeah.
Yeah, because it's sort of like I've
Hold
been
on,
through
hold on,
the Phoenix.
hold on. You can't just go ahead and throw that name out there because I'm not
didn't
gonna
know who
lie.
that
I don't
was.
know who you talking about.
No, but I like that. Like that. I
Please
used to
school us,
you know
educate
what,
us.
You know what was funny? So when I used to like battle rap back in the days, yo, and I'm ready to battle anybody at any time.
Your DNA, K. Shine, he said, come up here, man.
Please, at any time, y'all free
Charlie
to throw.
Clips, he said, come up here.
Y'all free to throw on, you know, the beat tape whenever.
Yeah, we are. We got that loaded.
Okay, you're saying a bunch of battle rappers.
Yeah, I did.
So you did not mention Dot,
Shout to Dot.
Chess,
Shout to Chess.
Lux.
Loaded Lux. That's the homie.
Now people be like, nigga, you running for president. How do you have time?
Yeah, I'm just
to talk
wondering
about battle rappers?
You know, we gotta get him and what's the boxer's name? The Filipino cat. What's his name again? Pacquiao. We gotta get y'all in the same room to talk about how the hell y'all have the time to run for office and still, you know, do your craft at the same time.
But you know, JayZ also is into battle rap too.
JayZ ain't running for no damn president though.
But I'm just saying, like at the big wigs, you wouldn't think JayZ watches battle rap.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? What made you start watching battle rap?
The Fugees is from a battle rap era. You could watch it, Stretch and Barbados. I used to battle people straight from the show backstage. We was one of the groups that was known for the ciphers. So like we would rock the stage, but you mostly can catch us in the backyard and me tearing up at someone's ass. So the thing about battle rapping for us, it was just survival. It was a culture, and it was a way, like if you came from somewhere else versus picking up a gun, you can say what you wanted to say lyrically. So that's how I got into it. Then of course years later, we all respect Smack. You know,
shout out to Smack.
Since, you know, you can't copy respect. We all know that. In the early DVDs. So for me, I was obsessed with it since the early DVDs. So if you was watching the early Smack DVDs, then automatically the battle rap thing, you automatically would have seen it evolve. So I've been really into it from the early battles, you know what I mean, with Mook and Lux when you know, when they were really at
back of the store.
Man, yeah, when they was in the store, you know what I mean? So that to me, that's culture, that's incredible. That's a piece of history. Like when I see that, it reminds me of where I come from, you know what I mean? So for us, that culture is something that we respect. You know, and these rappers that take their time, people don't understand the study that they have to put into this, you know, because the kids are showing up today and it's like 40 bars before they even breathe.
Yes,
you know what I mean,
man.
with
But,
that culture.
did you see the tag team now? They doing the tag team battles and all this. It's crazy.
It's
Yeah.
really dope.
Yeah, they're not playing, you know what I mean? But think about it with hip hop. So you have Tribe, you know what I mean? RIP to Fife, you know?
Yes.
So you always have like great tag teams, right? Smooth the Hustler, MOP, right? So we had these like tag team together, but in battle rap, it's the first thing because there's no music. It's like acapella. Everyone's really listening to the lyrics.
And I want to get into the single. You know what I mean? It's heating up right now.
Yeah, man.
Clef even said on his social media that people are trying to redo the song already.
Yeah, remixes are out there.
Yes, you know, it feels good. You know, we left off from Shakira to Sweetest Girl. Now we on My Girl.
Yes.
And definitely tune for the girl them. Seen?
Yo, Clef, I got a question for you because
Sir.
obviously we're here. This is an interview. Of course, I have questions for you. But you were like one of the first cats that I actually saw really put that Haitian flag out there, that pride out there. Now, I want to be clear about something because if I don't say this person's name, he going to be like, what the hell you mean you didn't know any other Haitians in hip-hop? Shout the Kangal Kid. All right, so there was people that were out there, but I guess in that time, in the 96 or whatever, I really didn't see that before. What do you think about everything that's going on now?
Well,
because there's a lot more people out there like, yo, pride all over the chest.
All right, well, you know, shout out to Kangal Kid now, you know what I'm saying? But back then, you know what I'm saying? No shout out for Kangal Kid. Kangal Kid, no, we saw him and we hemmed him up against the wall, you know what I'm saying? Me and my whole Zoe crew, he already remember that, you understand? And then he screamed in a loud voice, what y'all wanted me to do then, man? I was just trying to make my money. So shout out to Kangal. I'm just messing with you.
April Fools.
Yo.
I was like,
Kango
okay.
is my man. Kango Kid.
I was like, Rick, you asshole.
Jay was like, oh, shit
I had
again.
y'all for a minute. Yo, I had y'all
Those
for a
don't
minute.
play, man. I was just going to agree with you. Yeah,
Yeah.
Kango, man, shout out to you, man.
Yeah, Zoes know that. But real shout out to Kango, UTFO. But on the real, what happened was even in an era where a group like that's coming out, they ain't putting the flag out. They not doing any of that because what happens is there's a stereotype towards, you know, there was a fungus about, yo, HBO, what's that Haitian body odor? It was not fly. So just keep it, I'm going to keep it 100.
Yeah.
Before I came out with the flag on my back at that award show on MTV, Grammys, it was not fly. So for me, I put the flag on my back, right? Because I seen some of my homies get killed over that flag. I've seen some of my homies get deported over that flag. I've seen kids get stomped to the ground over the flag of somewhere that they from. And I was like, yo, if I put this flag over my back, it's going to piece everything out. And the same way that everybody else get their respect now,
Yes.
we going to start to get our respect. So I ain't wear that flag. For me, I was good. I was already on the stage, right? So for the fact that I'm going to put something on my back because I felt like it ain't really about me. It was about the place that I came from. You know what I mean? So 100%, but it wasn't an easy thing. It was an easy thing for me to do within my generation, but I always defend Kango on the real sometimes because people be like, yo, he didn't have, but I said, yo, you have to understand at the end of the day, he is Haitian and he did set that tone on the radio with a different style that still allowed us to even know that we can rap in English and sound fly at the end of the day.
There was times, I mean, Jay, I'll be very honest with you. Clef, you're here.
Yeah.
I didn't know what the Haitian community was until, and because I grew up in the Bronx, even though I traveled a lot.
Yeah,
I
grew up in Shadyville, by Shadyville, Queens.
I didn't really know what
All my
that was.
Haitians,
I mean, there was
yeah.
Puerto Ricans, there was white people, there were Jamaicans, and then everything else kind of whatever, and Asians. It wasn't until I got to Stony Brook and saw a group that came to Stony Brook University and performed.
Yeah.
And I was like, oh, okay. And there's a large Haitian community there. Shout out to this young lady named Tufi too. Okay. You really changed my life, man. I'm telling you, man.
Shout out to Tufi.
You know, but it was like, yo, beautiful people. And I never forgot that, man, because every time I thought of the Haitian community, I thought about Clef. That one time performing.
Yeah, well, I mean, I used to watch like Dr. Dre, Snoop, you know, and I just take pride in when people are from somewhere and they bring in their whole community with them, right? So as hip hoppers, that's what we do. We bring our whole hood with us. So for me, that was like my hood. So I was like, it's coming with us. You know what I mean?
I joke with Zoe. We both of us joke with
Zoe
Zoe Dollars a lot. You're like, yo, man, you carrying the flag, you carrying the baton. He's like, most definitely.
Now, I want even speaking about Zoe Dollars. Now, did anybody ever approach you? Because I always thought that you was going to be like a president of Atlantic, Def Jam somewhere. Did you ever get approached by somebody like, oh, you just like, nah, I'm not even into that?
Well, of course, naturally.
I know 550.
Not
your name
Come
all
on,
on the wall.
Sony, you done built that building.
Yeah, I mean, so the most important thing for me, you know what I mean, was like if I gave that the same energy that I gave to my country and trying to run for president,
yeah,
I'm sure that I would have had a very powerful company. But look, at the end of the day, right now, it's important to know that the label that I'm on is called Heads Music.
Yes.
It's a very powerful indie that's ran by a woman named Madeline Nelson, who's the only woman who probably got a personal letter from Michael Jackson, even though she doesn't want me to talk about that. You know what I mean? So for me, at the end of the day, I feel like being independent is the reality of where the future of the business is going. So I think that mixing technology and with music, I think you're going to see a lot of things moving forward towards the future, because one thing kids understand now is to be successful, you need to put your music on YouTube. You need all of your social media platforms, and you just got to do something that's dope. Other than that, your crowd's going to find it regardless. So that middle space is cut out. So the only thing that I feel is going to last is indies that are actually being fair to the artists.
Wow.
You 20 years ago, again, we're going back to the Fugees album and stuff, the score. 10 years ago, you went ahead and performed on the block party, Dave Chappelle block party, and brought, everybody came out, yourself, Lauryn Hill, Prize. And you recently, a couple of days, said you are not against going ahead and getting back together for the Fugees coming out, whether that be performing, doing another project, or what have you. Do you still feel that way? And I mean, what's the steps to make that happen? What's stopping it from happening?
Yeah, I mean, the Fugees is rock and roll, and that's like, Bono called us like the hip hop Beatles, right? So once again, like I said, I'm always going to be for it. It's a 20th year anniversary.
Which is a big thing. Everybody's doing it now.
Yes, but everybody got to be in the same mindset, right? So I don't know what mindset Lauren is in, just like she ain't know what mindset I was in when I was running for president, and I ain't want nobody talk to me about nothing unless it was Haiti.
Yeah.
So, but the fans, the real hardcore fans, that's the fans, they're like, man, it's 20 years, man. Like, yo, we need to see this thing. Y'all need to come out and make this happen. So me, from a fan's perspective, and the idea of, because I'm a Fugees fan first, right? Because keep in mind, as a producer, I love producing the Fugees. Like, for me, that's incredible. So I think that if Lauren really wants it to happen, then it's definitely going to happen. You know what I mean?
We gotta get some claps on that.
So I think that the reality of it is she's performing now. I'm back performing, right? So I think that it's going to spark up positive energy, and then let's see where we go from here, right? Because we still got a couple of months left.
Yeah, this is true.
So before you go, the Carnival 3 now, are we having any features on this album, or is it done? Is it fully done?
No. So my albums is always like, I believe in albums. It's a piece of art. It's very artistic. And it's so funny because the girls be putting the dudes up on my albums when they got to take that long rides. Mm-hmm. So the essence of the album is me going back to my roots, like Batman Begins. Mm-hmm. And so I keep going back, present and past. And every time I go past, you get something that reminds you of what it was. So I have a joint with Joey Badass, right? Where we going back and forth on the album.
Joey.
Yeah, dope.
Joey
Incredible.
was just up in the VIP too, man. Yeah. Really dope kid.
Yeah. So we have these incredible sessions, and we're working on a lot of stuff. So this is an entry that was incredible. Wyclef and Joey Badass. That would 90s contrast. Just the thought of that. So that's gonna be dope. I have a record. I sampled Rich Girl. And then I got Daryl, you're a rich girl. And then I got the original dude to come sing on it. again.
Wyclef power right here.
And then I was like, yo, this record's missing Pusha T. And Pusha T came in and did, you know,
he's teasing us now.
No, I'm telling you,
Shout out to Push, man.
Yo, big shout out to Push. So it's very exciting in the sense of, you know how I do these weird mashups and these records and they work out. So it's a body of work we working on. There's as much hip hop there's like those big records, you know, like when I write those, you know, records for Whitney or for, you know, for Destiny Child. So you still have those Wyclef big records, but when it goes back to the essence, man, it's real stuff.
But I see the rapper real quick. But before you go, man, we gotta play something. Rick was like, you're not gonna leave without this. So you know what I mean. Last time, no poke hot stories, but last time he blessed the whole show. It was like 1 million views. I done got so many fans off it. But maybe we can get into this. I don't know.
Let's get these video cameras ready, man. VIP Saturdays.
Yeah, we gonna have fun.
All right.
There we go.
Comment se llama? Ça qu'a fait. Wyclef Jean. Sauce, parle avec moi. Yeah. Haïtien. Américain. All right. Let's go.
Let's go, Clef. What's up?
How many mics do we rip on the daily? How me say many money? Many. How many mics do I rip on the daily? Many money. Mira, amiga, buenos días, señorita. ¿Cómo está usted y su familia? Estoy yendo bien en el micrófono. Espero que todos están bien como yo.
Yeah.
Though it darkens behind the curtains, despite the burdens, nigga, I'm still a Spartan. In heart, though they wanna see me in the garden. After the choir sing the songs with the church organs. Is there a heaven for a G? Tupac the Bishop. Cause for the juice, even Dougie Fresh will get a little vicious. Word from the wise. Think before you speak. Bruce Leroy ain't really catch bullets with his teeth. Wow. Seen the locks come out with no Mr. Sheiks. Just a Dre with magazines. And it ain't Maxi Priest. Life is brief. We come and go like leaves. Apache Indians, we all achieve peace. But I can't stand to see another COP. Take another life of a KID, no. And I can't stand to see another NUT. Execution style on the NYPD. Hell APD, everybody frightened. Cause when the storm come, anyone could get hit with lightning. They say I'm all about peace, why I carry a piece? Cause I'll be damned if y'all shoot me with the same bullet y'all shot Kennedy. Same bullet, shot Martin in the balcony. Same bullet traveled to India and shot Gandhi. Same bullet shot John Lennon in New York City. Tupac out in Vegas, Biggie out in Cali. Same bullet traveled to the mountain of Bolivia. And then it popped Che Guevara. What if Martin Luther stayed in the room, never stepped foot in the balcony? What if they had a bulletproof car instead of a drop top for Kennedy? Malcolm did the speech. What if I sat amongst the congregation? So when the boys scream, get your hands in my pocket, he fired shots at the assassins. Listen, ain't nothing new under the sun. What if I had put blank in Marvin Gaye's father's gun? What if y'all knew the truth before sending your kids to war? I told y'all the man don't care about Iraq, he care about the oil. What if I could go back in time? I'll erase 9/11, dip to the Bahamas, and put Elia's luggage in the 747, dip to Paris. Brought all the paparazzi and the slammer, so that way that night they would have never chased Princess Diana. Yup, I got bars, I ain't even get started yet. I'm getting wet, y'all. Man, I got bars, boy. Man, listen. You know I told you don't put these
Saturdays,
boys on.
Yes, man. Yo, I see the
you.
wrap up. Thank you, man. Yo,
Man. Look, man, call us up.
That's the way you
888-742-3345,
Yeah,
man.
I know,
Wyclef Jean is up in here. The Carnival 3 is coming out soon.
Yes.
Check for that.
Man.
How can everybody get at you
Speechless
on
right
that
now.
social, man? I'm blown fucking away. How can people get at you on that social?
Y'all could definitely go on at wyclef.com and subscribe. And when you subscribe, I'm going to send y'all everything. Literature, like the way I talk, guitar lessons, just different things. It's very personal with the fans. I believe like it's a close community. So the same way we up on this air right now, it's a lot of subscriptions. Go on wyclef.com and subscribe, baby.
Man, thank you. The big homie Wyclef, VIP.
Yeah.